Alright, guys, so this is a fanfiction idea that was voted on by everyone over on Patreon, and as always, if you'd like to be part of the polls over on Patreon, just hit the link below, head on over there, and you guys hit the first tier. That'll allow you access to polls, as well as the episode reviews I've been doing. I've just done my review for Hazbin Hotel episodes 5 and 6. Ugh, excuse me. Like I said, I've been battling with the flu, but, you know, the show's gotta go on, right? Anyway. Where was I? Oh, right. Right. So this crossover, this three-way crossover won by, like, a massive amount, like 56% of the vote, and it just ran away with it. Everyone else just got, like, 1 or 2 votes, but Hazbin Hotel, Twisted Metal, and Ghost Rider came out on top in this poll. So yeah, so this is our three-way crossover. So let's get started. So the story begins with basically a message being broadcast throughout hell, and it's basically the big race is back. And what is the big race? It's the race of Route 666. The race of Route 666 is a race that happens every 500 years. More or less what happens is that the race of Route 666 is that it is a race for a certain prize. And what is that prize? It's the get out of hell free. It is a get out of hell free. And every demon has their shot at getting out of hell and into heaven. So yeah, the race of Route 666 has obviously attracted the attention of everybody. Even it's reached the doors of the Hazbin Hotel, and Charlie's like, "Oh, we don't need that. We'll get in through redemption." And everyone's like, "I want that fucking card." I want that. I want that fucking card. So, yeah, obviously the other people who are this message hasn't just gone out to throughout the denizens of hell, but also throughout various racers of Earth, mainly of the Twisted Metal variety. Many of those killers are like, we know we're gonna go to hell. You know, a lot of the racers from Calypso's tournament have essentially been like, yeah, we know we're gonna go to hell, so if we do this race and win it, we get to get out of hell anyway. So you've got like Grim, Dollface, Sweet Tooth, Billy Ray, all of these other racers from the Twisted Metal community, you know, also entering the race of Route 666. And, of course, there's one more person who this is caught up with, because of course, other demons had to try to attack him, and he caught on. And that's Johnny Blaze, a.k.a. the Ghost Rider, who's like, huh, well, I know that can't be good, so I'm gonna enter this race. So the stage is set. But here's the thing. Like, you have all of these different people together, and it's almost like the crew from Hazbin Hotel get together and make like a huge, like, almost like armored vehicle to be in the race. And then you have like various other characters. Serpentius actually like builds like a tandem motorcycle, and the Egg Boys are in the little basket part. You have like Alistair, who has his own like a big bicycle that's demonically empowered. I'm trying to think of what else I had in mind for the other like has-been characters. You have Vox, who has like a Lamborghini. Him and Valentino are riding together with Velvet in the back. Basically, it's just like everyone's there, and then they see all the psychos from the Twisted Metal group coming over, and they're driving in, and they're like, "What a bunch of freaks!" Like they are like genuinely like these like who in the fuck invited these assholes? And then they hear the roar of a motorcycle, and in comes Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider is is pretty much infamous in hell, and even Angel Dust is like, holy shit, that's the Ghost Rider. Like I never even thought I'd ever see the guy in my life like that. Like I never thought that I'd ever see a guy like that, right? Like I always assumed he was like a legend. But yeah, so everyone lines up at the starting line. Everyone just lines up, and then it's the moment the sun, like the go, because there's no one there to go 3, 2, 1, go. But the rules state that the race starts when the sun goes down. So everyone's just waiting at dusk, waiting for the last bit of sunlight to drop, and then boom, everyone, it just hits the engines and starts driving. And that's when we get utter and complete and total chaos from everyone around. Everyone is throwing, like, bombs, shooting guns at each other. The reason why, Charlie agreed to this because she thought it would be, like, a fun exercise. Plus, she never really liked the race because it always brought out the real worst in people. Because she's seen her people, she's seen demons really tear at each other for this card, and she never really trusted it to begin with. So they're all everyone's fighting, Angel pops up out a little armored tank and just is firing at people. Like Needles jumps on the car, starts hacking away at the armor. Cherry pops out, tosses a grenade at him. You've also got Grim trying to knock Alistair free off his vehicle. Alistair just summons some shadow demons to attack his car. Among all this, Ghost Rider is Ghost Rider himself is like, not one of these people are innocent, but I can't have them killing each other. Either for whatever the hell this is. So Ghost Rider's bobbing and weaving as he's driving through this horde, because he's trying to get to the end of the race to get this get out of hell free card, because to him, he doesn't know that heaven can be shitty. Actually, he does have a pretty good idea, but he can't let these guys have this card. But as he's driving through, he notices something off in the distance of this empty highway of Route 666. So he's just well, that's weird, I'm gonna go investigate that. So he just pulls out and drives off, and they're like, hey, Ghost Rider's leaving. And they're like, what? Everyone's like, fuck him, he's gone. But this does get some people's attention, namely Sweet Tooth, who's like, if Ghost Rider's leaving, there's a good reason for it, and it'll be fun. So Sweet Tooth takes the ice cream truck off the road, disqualifying him and driving after him. And also Alistair, who's also curious about all this, and he's like, okay, I'll follow. So Alistair, Ghost Rider, and Sweet Tooth have all gone off the path, as everyone else stays on the road, fighting each other. And Ghost Rider's the first to discover that there is someone watching and basically manipulating the race. And that person, of course, is Calypso, head of the Twisted Metal tournament. And Calypso isn't alone, because he's been collaborating with Adam. See, this is another way for, this is another extermination gig, but rather than, killing just, demons, they can kill sinners early, send them to hell, so they can go down there and kill them later. And the one who's really also benefiting from this fun, because more souls means more power, is Blackheart. So, Blackheart, Adam, and Calypso are all working together on this. And that's, Blackheart's like, when I have enough souls, I'll overthrow my father, and you guys will get, you guys get what you want, and we'll all be happy. And that's when they hear, of a motorcycle, and they're like, you guys hear that motorcycle? personally, Adam's like, personally, I'm a Harley Davidson guy, but he gets the chain wrapped around his throat and yanked off his feet, and he's like, oh shit! And Ghost Rider proceeds to drag him behind the motorcycles he's driving along, and he's like, you who are meant to be the holiest of men have concocted this insanity. I will look forward to punishing you. He's like, you can't punish me, I'm an angel. He's like, even angels commit sins. Excuse me. Blackheart is like, oh shit, Ghost Rider's here. Well, that's my cue to skidoo. But that's when he gets jumped by Sweet Tooth, who's like, ooh, big fella, you'll make a nice ice cream cone. And he's like, Blackheart's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, Sweet Tooth. But I'm gonna be the guy, you can call me Please God No. And he like stabs him with his machete, so he and Blackheart fight, and Calypso's like, well, this is weird. I'm wondering when you were going to show up, Alistair, and sure enough, he's like, I knew you were going to suspect I was here, Calypso. So, shall we? So Calypso and Alistair fight, and back at the race, everyone is still like, just kind of basically shooting and blowing each other up as they're getting closer to the finish line. But it's then that everyone's seeing the insanity off in the distance of like explosions and screams off in the distance, and that's when Charlie like pulls the car up ahead and uses it to block everyone else, and she's like, stop! There's something wrong here. We need to, whatever's going on over there ties to this. We have to figure out what's going on. And they're like, why? Because it's the right thing to do. Who gives a shit? Just fucking follow me. So she drives, and everyone's like, oh, fuck it. And everyone follows after him. That's when they see, like, just the absolute, like, chaos of Calypso, Blackheart, and Adam just getting their shit wrecked by Ghost Rider, Adam, and Sweet Tooth. And they're like, those assholes! Get them! And that's when everyone else jumps in. Calypso's like, well, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He bails. Blackheart's like, I'm getting right behind you, follows. And Adam gets left behind all chained up, and Ghost Rider chains him to a tree, and everyone's ready to beat the shit out of him, and he just goes, no, he's mine. And he just penance stares. He's like Adam's like, fuck you. Are you really gonna try the penance stare with me, Ryder? I'm an angel, dipshit. I can't fucking, I'm not guilty of anything. I'm guilty of what? Killing demons? That's not really, they're not exactly innocent. And he goes, neither are you. And just penance stares him. And Adam just gets hit with all of the pain and suffering that he's caused hell all this time. And he was not ready for it. So, he's just kind of left crumpled on the ground like, make it stop. Make it stop. And Ghost Rider is just like, we can't kill him without starting a war, but I'll make sure his masters know where to find him. And he leaves him, like, tied to the chain, tied to the tree, and just leaves a note pinned to it saying, just saying, tell God he better keep in line. So by the end of it, like, Ghost Rider reveals like what Calypso, Blackheart, and Adam were doing, and everyone's like, fuck it, I knew it was too good to be true. And Charlie's like, hey, all of you are welcome back at the hotel to earn redemption the good old-fashioned way. And everyone's like, fuck that, and like laughs hysterically and leaves. But Ghost Rider does like point out that there are turns out there are innocents in hell, and you're one of them, Charlie. And he's like, be seeing ya. Drives off, and then he's like, just drives off, and that's the end of the story. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone for voting on this one. This was a lot of fun to do, and you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.